Hi folks, it's John Nizman from lastchanceautorestore.com, and today we'd like to share with you this update. This is the really nice BMW 2002 model that we've been working on. So in the last video we did a walk around on this vehicle when it was in primer. It was almost ready for paint, and now it has been painted and we just brought it from the paint booth over to the shop. So we're really happy the way it turned out. This is the midnight blue or night blue metallic, which is the factory correct BMW color for this model. I mentioned in previous videos this car has been painted several times and I don't think it's ever been painted the correct color. So now we're just going to share with you, it's kind of dark in this section of the shop, but we'll walk around and I'll share with you with a flashlight. We'll kind of just go around and look at how clean and straight the body is, but also how really nice the paint finish is. We're quite happy with it. So if we come along the front here, you can see we don't have any of the grille or anything in yet, but you can see with our little flashlight, you can see how nice the metallic is. We've got obviously quite a bit of dust already, some static dust, but as you come along, we didn't skimp at all in terms of the bodywork. We went all the way down to that chin spoiler, all the way along the bottom, where most people would just do this top section or this top half, and then they would just spray like a rocker guard material or something like a blackout material along the bottom. But we wanted to finish that bottom spoiler because it's an extension of the front of the car. So we wanted to make sure that looked just as nice as the rest of the nose of the car. And you can see how nice and straight that is compared to how nasty it was before. And as we come around the passenger side, we'll start to see how nice the metallic is. We'll probably come along the top. We'll just kind of go around the vehicle because it's really hard, because in some shadows or some of the angles that you look at the car, you don't really see the metallic too much in it. It's the lighting that catches the metallic which catches your eye. So essentially, there's been some static and all the guys have dust on their clothes, so you can see there's quite a bit of dust already forming on the car. But if I flash this light, I think it'll probably show up a little bit better. And we'll go along the roof and we'll show that too. So this is a premium single stage paint, and we've done 4 coats on the complete car. And then as we come along the roof line, it'll probably start coming up. We'll probably show all the dust too, but as we come along the roof and the windshield pillar. So as I mentioned, this is straight out of the paint booth. We haven't done any wet sanding or polishing at all, and the body is really nice. Like it turned out quite lovely. And then you can see along the side posts, as we get into a little more light here, I think it'll probably show the metallic a little bit more. But the body's really nice. It had quite a bit of work done throughout its life. It's a 1972 model, so it's had quite a few different dings and dents and some fender benders. So it was a lot of work to remove all of the body filler and all of the wrong type of paint and lacquer paint. And as we come along this side, we'll basically come around the car. Like you see the rear pillar, and I'm not sure if the flashlight helps to show the metallic or just creates worse shadow lines. But as we come along, like the detail that we did, you can see around the back window and the window pillar, we removed all of the caulking and sealant and all that nasty stuff from previous repairs. And then a lot of people don't spend the extra time to pay attention to these sections, and it's very unique in the front hood and also the trunk area. This little filler area on these BMWs, because of our brackets, get fastened on to the top portions here, and we didn't want to paint over the brackets. We want to clean them and paint them separately, so you can see how clean all this is and all inside. Now most times people won't spend the additional time it takes, with the exception of the dust here, the time it takes to smooth all this out, because it had layers of body filler and just improper repairs previously. And then we come along to the back. When I mentioned before about the factory seam, there's a couple of unique features on the 202 model, and you can see now that it's painted, we have the factory definition line that goes above the tail light and below the tail light, because that is a true correct seam. And then you can see a bunch of dust here too, but as we go across the rear deck, we're back to all of our original factory definition grooves. We can see the indentation, the seam, and that's what BMW did, a lot of subtle little body curves, especially along the back panel. And then as you come around the side, you can see the detail where the bumper groove is. You can see how that is all exactly the way it should be, like the factory meant it to be. And you can see how, once again, how straight the body is. So it turned out really, really well. And it's just too bad the lighting isn't very good here at the shop, just in this back section where we brought the car, because the actual body work is so straight that someone saw us, a client stopped in yesterday, and we're just wheeling it into the shop, and he said, "Oh my gosh, it looks like it just came off the assembly line, like it's a brand new car. What year is it?" And we said, "Well, it's a 72 BMW." And he said, "That's incredible. I can't believe you can get the body that straight." And he assumed it must have been a really nice car when he started. So that's quite a nice compliment. And as you come to the driver's side, there is a lot of work that was done in the rocker panel area. Inside these door posts, it had different colors of overspray, and we've fixed all the rocker. You can see, like inside the door post, as you come down and then you come along the rocker panel, you can see how nice that is now. And then we'll be performing, there's a special two-part epoxy rust inhibitor that will be doing the whole inside of the chassis and the floor. You can see the dashboard, so that'll all be treated with a rust inhibitor paint, and then once that's all sealed properly, then we'll be installing some sound deadener material to keep it quieter. And as you just finish up coming around the windshield posts, so once again you can see the amount of detail in the rain gutters. There was lots of previous repairs done, lots of body filler that we had to remove, and now it looks exactly like it did when it was brand new as you come across there. So it looks really nice, and the paint turned out quite nice. It's quite shiny, and it's a little bit shinier than your factory single stage paint back in '72, but it's as correct as we can get it. And like I mentioned before, it's the exact paint code. It's 040 is what the midnight blue is for the BMW. So just a quick update. We're quite happy with the way it turned out. So this is a BMW 2002 two-door hardtop, and I just wanted to share with you, walk around, and we're going to try to do this outside, but we don't have any sun. It's been cloudy the last couple of days. So as this build continues in this BMW, we'll share some more updates with you. So I thank you for watching. I'm John from lastchanceautorestore.com.